gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me how to do the list?
Eat a burger.
Eat a burger.
Put it to rest.
Do it.
Now we know. Daddy's at the law firm until 8 hours, and Davey's watching XXX down in the fucking basement.
Get that out of my face. But you punch the burger?
I'm gonna throw it.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Yeah, we changed it. We're back up.
Come on. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. We've seen him in 2 places.
All right, healthy debate Monday, June 24th. Big day. Game 7. Anytime you got a Game 7 on the docket, it's a big day. I didn't think I'd be interested in hockey, but it's dominated the headlines. It's an unbelievable story. Before we do that, let me tell you about my friends at DraftKings. Get ready for a night full of big fights and big action. It's UFC 303, and it can be even bigger. Jump in on all the action on the DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a fighter to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your fighter, place your first bet. It's that simple. The light heavyweight title is on the line in the main event, but there are so many more amazing matchups happening in Vegas. Check out Big Ev, Spinning Back Fist, Robbie Fox. They got everything covered. There's usually guys who to pop up. I always jump on what they're doing. And speaking of amazing, if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code RICO. That's code RICO, RICO, for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Get that big fight feel only on DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right, let's start with, I know we got Game 7. We'll touch on Nikki Smokes and everything going on there. But let's open up with Justin Timberlake. So, comes out, obviously, he gets a DUI. No excuse to get a DUI these days. Absolutely no excuse. The way you have more money than God, you have an Uber, just absolutely no excuse to shout out Lyft. No excuse to get a DUI. But now it comes out that there's a article in the paper kind of trashing the cop, and there's rumors that it's his PR team. Jetski, fill me in on that.
So there's rumors online on Twitter that it's his PR team. John Rich wrote a blog. Within John Rich's blog, he kind of says this would be a very bad move for Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake, all accounts, kind of seems like a good guy. Don't know if he would do it. But there's all these reports now coming out saying this cop is kind of like a young, hotshot dickhead pulling people over for making like quick U-turns or going like 2 over the speed limit, and that he's just aggressive and trying to make a name for himself. So
you can argue that that's like a tough break and maybe he's going a little bit over the line, but last time I checked, like, that's his job. You know what I mean? We're pro-police here. This is a tough one if Justin Timberlake, all-time shitbag move, if Justin Timberlake really did some kind of smear campaign to get in on this guy.
I think more than anything, it's probably just whoever, like, is on that beat for the newspaper is like, all right, this is a hot topic, like let's try to squeeze as much out as we can, go around, ask a couple people in the area if they've had any run-ins with him, and it seems like it's all just like Rich Hampton's assholes, like pissed off that they
can't drink and drive.
Can't drink and drive on their way to fucking paddle or whatever they do.
The Sag Harbor Nazi is such a funny name.
If it's the PR team, if it's the papers trying to throw Timberlake under the bus, I have just as much of a problem with that.
So the paper is not trying to throw Timberlake under the bus. The paper is trying to throw the cop under the bus. People on Twitter saw this article and then have comments right here. Justin Timberlake is a scumbag for this PR play. The young cop who arrested Justin, whatever. So the Twitter theory is that people in Justin Timberlake's camp, like, planted this article.
So the way to make this go away is Timberlake has to come out and be like, yeah, I fucked up. You know, it is what it is, right? He has to own up to what he did. And then try not to get, like, he can't be like, yeah, I was only 2 over the speed limit, or I only was this much over whatever, or whatever. Like, he's got to come out and own it, no?
I don't think he has to make any statement. I don't think he should put any fuel to the PR campaign fire. I think he just lays low and does his thing. I don't know. The cop looks like he got either attacked by a raccoon or, like, some very aggressive surf lodge chick. His neck's a little scarred up.
It was on his neck?
Not bad.
Bosco, question in the Rumble chat from SealBoy24. He wants to know how long you gonna wear the sling for. How's the arm doing?
The doctor is Wednesday. Actually, it got moved up from Friday. I was gonna throw a fit because if they canceled Friday's appointment and we're gonna push it past the 4th of July. That ain't happening. So it feels way better. You could take it out of the sling for periods of time. We're gonna see what they say on Wednesday. I'm hoping we get no sling after Wednesday.
And this is your fist. This is your fist pump arm, correct?
It is. Yeah. It's also the carrying arm. It's your right arm. It's your shooting arm. It's a lot of arms.
Can't go to DJs with that sling.
No, I mean I can't go to DJs in general, but no, I always hated people who went disabled to DJs.
Yo, you can't say that.
I'm just saying, like it's you go in with
disabled people at
like,
DJs. That's bad. You can't have that headline.
I don't know if I went to DJs
right,
disabled,
but
but I
don't go in
left
with
disabled.
I left disabled.
Don't go in with crutches, dude. Don't go in with crutches. You're only causing a scene.
But it's okay to be disabled at DJs.
It's okay to be disabled for sure, but don't go in with crutches. You're only hurting yourself.
I'm pro cop, but I want to go back to the Sag Harbor Nazi. Two things could be true: that you could be a hard ass cop that like everyone knows in the neighborhood, while also doing the right thing. Right. He probably made the right move arresting Justin Timberlake here because he was drinking and driving. But he could also be the dickhead cop, the Sag Harbor Nazi.
Right. Both things can be
I don't
true.
think it's an argument that what him pulling over Timberlake was the bad move. I think they're saying now like he has a history of other arrests were him being a dick.
Yeah. You don't get and if they just made up the Sag Harbor Nazi name, whoever wrote the article needs to write a fucking fiction novel. That is a fire nickname.
A wild name.
The rise of the Third Reich in Sag Harbor, led by this guy.
Wild name. This day and age, for sure. But that closed the book on that. So Timberlake, just own up to it. Is basically where I'm at. All right. Taylor Swift's response to Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl says what was she? She was lip syncing or the band was not playing.
So Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters lead guy. He's also was the drummer for Nirvana back in the day. He's very, very accomplished as a musician. Can play like every instrument. He was on stage and said something about like how this is their Errors tour, like making a pun about the Errors tour because they made a couple errors live on stage, like maybe strummed the wrong chord or whatever. And then he said it's the Errors tour because we actually play live. And the crowd went wild. And then Taylor kind of had a response, but I don't really feel like this is a response. It doesn't seem like she's pointed when she's saying it, but I'll juice the volume a little bit for her response.
What you just did is an unforgettable moment in not just my life, but every one of my band members, every single one of our crew. Our band is going to be playing live for you for 3.5 hours tonight. They deserve this so much, and so does every one of my fellow performers.
She just says everyone in my crew has been playing live for 3.5 hours.
Shouts out the band. Got it. Yeah, not much to this story. Like, I feel like everybody's piling on her. The story I had out of this was Travis Kelce in the suit, dude.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I think it is. Like, at this point, they're just doing rich people shit. Like, he's performing on the stage. He's doing the choreography. Like, why not? Who cares at this point? I thought it was like a punchline. They're very much clearly in love. They're just doing rich people shit. If these two become like a power couple, why not?
I mean,
they are a power couple.
They are the power couple.
I'm saying like they last as a power couple.
What do you set like an over-under at for them to be a lasting couple?
I think another year. I wouldn't surprise me if in another year they're engaged.
You think that baby's an athlete or that baby's a musician? Or both?
It's got two different options. It's got fantastic options.
She's tall too. She's got to be like 5'10",
That baby's set.
That baby is set for sure. But
set. Jason Kelce also seems like the coolest uncle on the planet.
100%.
There was some very funny videos of him crushing beers, and then he had like 6 million friendship bracelets. There was another one of him walking, and it just looked like he was like he wanted nowhere. He wanted nowhere else to be, or he wanted to be nowhere but there, or anywhere but there.
Was this what he skipped the beer Olympics for? Or was that this weekend?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. It's up against it for sure. I think the beer Olympics can turn out okay. Obviously now they've scaled it back. Dude, I just saw the Heat. Did you see the Heat in Las Vegas this
Dude,
week?
That was the first. When I landed in Vegas, it was the first thing I thought of. It was, I think, like the day before it got canceled from going to Vegas. And I was like, they are so lucky.
Oh, they did him a favor, bro.
It
They
is
did him a favor. 108.
insanely hot. I don't know why
Nuts.
nobody ever told me that Vegas, and it gets 116 in July. I didn't know Vegas had it like that.
August. I went to Vegas one time. I went to Vegas in August, and you talk about like heat breaking. You know how like here we had a heat wave, and at least at like 8 o'clock, it was like, all right, it's down to like, I don't know, 80.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
It feels like it broke. Vegas at 12 o'clock at night, it does not break. It's still 105 degrees.
Insane.
It's brutal. So I don't know. I'm rooting for them. Obviously, I know Will's still mad at Joey Yanks, but we're rooting for that. But
Probably the worst weather to drink in too, because I don't know about you guys. When I drink in the heat, I get fucked up way faster.
Yeah, way faster.
Yeah,
no, for
dehydrated
sure.
from the heat.
Right.
The BAC climbs very fast.
Yeah, way faster. So crazy. The Paris Olympics protest is canceled after cowardly politicians find some phony excuse not to swim in a river of poop. Seems like politicians are always backing out on things. So fill me in on this one.
So the Paris Olympics, the swimming events were going to be held in the main river that runs through Paris, which has always been linked to their sewage system. And there was like public outcry from the athletes and both the public, like, we're not doing this. This is gross. This is not sanitary. So the mayor of Paris and then one other politician was like, we're going to swim through the river to prove to you that it's not gross.
Clean.
So then when that happened, everybody on Paris Twitter, I guess, was like, okay, we're going to stage a fucking poop demonstration and everyone's going to shit in the river. And once that started circulating, the politicians like made some other excuse. Oh, never mind. We're not gonna swim through the
That's unbelievable.
That's great.
Politicians backing out on what they say is like just par for the course.
I just don't understand like why. And I guess when they did it in London, they swam through the Thames or whatever they call it. But I feel like if you're gonna do a swimming event, just do it in a fucking regular pool. Like you don't need to be like adhering to, I don't know, like the geographics of the city.
Let's do like a 600-meter freestyle versus against like the Nile River.
Yeah, I don't understand the point of that.
Crazy. Where's our boy Mike? Trevor Bauer set a record, Mexican League record with 19 strikeouts. People are debating if he'll ever get a shot in the MLB. I don't know if he will.
Yeah, Mike from Texas has been calling all winter, saying he had the Mexican baseball locks. Now that they're up and running,
imagine how cold he is.
He's got to be so cold if he's not calling in Trucker Mike. Phil, any thoughts?
His chest would have been sticking out by now.
He's cold. And then the real big story.
You're not gonna let Phil talk about Trevor Bauer? This is his bread and butter.
I was gonna say in that Mexican league, Robinson Cano's batting like 400, and like Greg Bird's like leading an OPS. Like the talent in that league isn't the best.
So 19 strikeouts not something to write home.
Okay.
I
19
think
strikeouts not that impressive.
I think you can make a case that who could pitch at this office?
Chuck?
White Sox Dave?
White Sox Dave could probably strike out like a dozen in the Mexican league.
Really?
That'd be a good video.
I doubt that.
That
Phil. I think Phil.
A dozen? Yeah, there's still there's some professional
I think
baseball
Phil
players.
is.
A dozen is crazy.
Okay, then healthy debate.
In a game?
I have a different take. Marty Mush could probably bat 320 in the Mexican league.
That is fucking absurd of
How
you
is
to
that?
say.
Marty batted 310 in fucking
pro,
D3.
Phil.
These aren't the pros. It's the fucking Mexican league.
You think Mount St. Mary's College in whatever
Could
Nyack, New
beat
York,
a team.
is comparable to the Mexican
Yes.
baseball league?
There's zero talent in that league.
I don't know.
Robinson Cano.
There is talent. Trevor Bauer and Robinson Cano.
Robinson Cano was batting under 100 in his last season 2 years ago. He's
In the fucking
there.
Major League
Yes,
Baseball.
the major leagues to the Mexican league
Dude,
is like
you're acting like you're
we're talking from going from like the ACC to like fucking Division 3.
This isn't like the Long Island Ducks. Like
Yeah, yes, it is. They're closer to Long Island Ducks in the major leagues.
I don't know. Marty couldn't bat 310 for the Long Island Ducks.
Yeah,
And I was on Marty's side that he could get a hit.
Still pro. Yeah, I don't know, man. We do have another championship game tonight. Obviously, we have Game 7, but College World Series, I've been tuning in and tuning out. We got a separation game. Phil, who do you like in this one?
I'm on the Oilers. I like their fans.
No. College World Series.
Dumbass.
Well, I don't want to root for the guy that had a high noon can thrown at him. So I want.
All
the
right, that
Aggies
was
to
years
win.
ago.
People change.
So you're rooting for A&M?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the upset story would be interesting, but Tennessee going wire to wire is also pretty interesting. So we'll check in on that one as well. But the big story, Game 7, Nicky Smokes getting dragged all over the country. Now, I've seen him. What do you guys think about him trying to do the reverse jinx? He's betting on the Oilers. He's wearing Oilers gear. I don't think he gets it. That it's like you can't force. He was the one who said you can't force a jinx. Now he's trying to force a jinx.
I didn't see that. That makes sense now. Yeah.
I think he's just got to kind of ride with what's going on. Like I saw him, his list of demands to Dave, which I actually thought was kind of funny, and I liked how he was kind of barking back. But I think
I like that.
I think he should just ride with the Panthers. But
he's in such a win-win situation that like I don't feel bad at all. He either fucking sees his team win a Game 7 Stanley Cup. It's not like it's the fucking Dolphins. I don't care what he says. I know that he likes the Heat. I know that he likes the Dolphins better than the Panthers. Like what? Like 5 Panthers fans are gonna be mad at him because he like jinxed and had went to a game that like his boss is telling him to go to and like is being paid to go to.
Yeah, the people who are mad that he's going to the games need to relax. Like it's Game 7. He's going to the games.
I believe in jinxes.
I think he wants to go to the games. No matter how much of a jinx he is, he wants to go to the games.
I agree, and I actually will go one step further. I think that there is a little part of him that realizes it might be in his best interest, like if the Panthers lose.
Yes.
It's better content, and I think he kind of sees that.
For his story,
better
for
merch.
sure, better if they lose.
Yeah, better merch. I think it's in the company's best interest if he loses with that content. But now, healthy debate. Do you guys think if the Oilers win, is he going to send them to the parade?
That would be amazing.
Do you think? Okay, healthy debate, Rico.
I don't think it's past Dave to do it.
I think he goes. But here's my healthy debate for you. Do you think that he celebrates harder at when he re-signed or at the Oilers parade?
No, I think he'd be miserable at the Oilers parade.
You don't think that he would go on a float if he was offered?
Like a man on the street, like a sad on the street of him at the Oilers parade?
Yeah, just sad on the street. I think that's what he would have to be. Just sad on the street.
And if Biz got him onto a float, do you think he goes on?
I think if Biz tells Dave I have an opportunity to put him on a float, I think he has to go on the float.
And he's got to have like the how Hank.
But he
went
can't.
Up with
That's the caveat. He shouldn't be able to
girl.
drink and celebrate. They got to make him where he has to be miserable.
Oh, no booze. He's not allowed to booze.
No.
What about?
That's what he wants.
What about like?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm trying to put my head. I'm trying to put my head in Nicky Smokes.
He just has to sit there and take it. But yeah.
Do you think, healthy debate? Do you think that he was trying to pull some moves on the Edmonton Oilers girl?
I think he's a fool if he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, why not?
You got to.
We know she's a little promiscuous, right?
Shouts out to her surgeon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I think he should.
What, to see those bags? To see those bags? Or
a lot of baggage.
Healthy debate. See those bags in real life if you're Nicky Smokes, or see the Panthers win the Stanley Cup?
I think I'd rather see the bags.
I'd rather see the bags.
In kind of keeping in line with the Oilers and Panthers, we got a voicemail that just came in at the start of the show, so I'm going to play it.
Sure, play that.
Listen, Rico, you naked little mole rat. I understand that, hockey's being hockey. We went 3-3, and it's a lot of sweat. But I put in a bet months ago, brother, 2 months ago. This was, April 29th. I put $1,000. American, brother. $1,000 American dollars on the Oilers to take the cup. Today's the day. Today's the fucking day, Rico. And I got in at plus 600. I've sweated.
Sick.
I've sweated time and time
That's
again.
a good bet.
I don't know my feelings for today, but healthy debate. I'm still going Oilers. I'm not hedging out. It'd be a pussy to hedge out, right?
Yes.
No,
Is
it's
he
even
good?
on. Healthy debate. Am I a pussy if I hedge out of this bet? It's $1,000 at plus 600, Rico. What are we doing?
No. Is he good?
Yeah, he's done.
All right,
That was a
good.
Canadian.
I think it's weird. It's a very weird series. Obviously, the Oilers go down 3-0, and not being a hockey massive, fan that I am, they've sure as shit looked impressive in the last 3, right? Like, they might just be the better team, and they caught bad breaks in the first 3 games. Like, this series seems like it's supposed to go to Edmonton. I would not hedge out.
I'm not hedging.
I
don't agree
wouldn't
with
hedge.
I don't agree with hedging in like any sense, unless like $6,000 can help
Right.
buy his girlfriend like a ring, or can help him like in like financially.
Or you really need the 1,000 back, because I think it's like a pick 'em tonight. So if you really need the 1,000 back,
Right.
you can hedge out that way. But again, like, just ride it. They look like the better team. Yeah,
if you're not gonna cash out before the series, why do it now?
It's also
Right.
if it's 2 months ago. Like I don't think he probably needs the 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
you've made
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
back.
No, yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Let me tell you about our friends at Sunday Crew before we get into the calls. All right, fellas, I want to introduce you to a brand that I've been wearing lately. I'm wearing it right now. It's unbelievable. Sunday Crew UPF 50 plus athleisure apparel, made from the best sun protection fabric on the market today. Dave said, Dave thought I was laughing at his situation, but I take actual sun protection seriously. That's why I wear Sunday Crew. As we learned last week, skin cancer is a real thing, and we need to be conscious of our sun safety. These shirts are great for not only golf, but they also have button downs and sun sleeves for day drinking, concerts, weekends at the shore, or whatever outdoor activities you partake in. The founder of this brand launched it after a personal tragedy, losing his father to melanoma. He's one of us. The shirts are top notch, and the best part, they're raising awareness to fight the silent killer, melanoma, and skin cancer. Sunday Crew has raised over $50,000 for medical research. Join the crew at SundayCrewUS, SundayCrew.us, and use code Barstool for a discount at checkout. That's SundayCrew.us, Sunday Crew made in the shade. Unbelievable stuff. I can't tell you guys enough how much they look good, they feel good, and they're obviously a some things type of brand. So we're all in on Sunday Crew. All right, let's load up the calls.
Phil's screening one right now. Wait. Ready to patch him right through?
You're on the phone. I mean, you're on the air.
Is he the only one?
Right now, yeah.
Bosco,
What's up?
it's Clem. How we doing, baby?
Oh, big
What's
one.
going
Former
on?
teammates and champions of the world. Healthy debate. The early years of Ziti. What is the comparison for a team that had the talent clearly, but could never put it together, and then once everyone kind of went their own way, all became champions and dominant in their own right? You got a ring. Me and Eddie got our ring on Thursday night in Chicago. Healthy debate. What was the early years of Ziti? Just blind leading the blind, couldn't get wins, let alone a championship, and a team that kind of figures it all out in the end once things get straightened out and we get some captains to guide us.
I don't know if there's another comparison like that where a team just completely turns it on. But we laughed. I congratulated you guys as soon as you won. I was like, you motherfuckers, you couldn't get a question right. The finger is clearly being pointed at me because now you guys change captains and you win. But man, those early years, there was a lot of wrong answers from everybody. No?
100%. But the thing is, there was a lot of right answers that we talked each other out of it. This is the reason why captains do matter. Captain of the year is a thing for a reason. And, if you go back and watch the things, we had the answers. We talked ourselves out of it. I think, the first thing that comes to my mind is, the Thunder, where it was, a bunch of young guys like Durant, Harden, and Westbrook. But those guys made a finals together. We were not that. The closest thing I come up with, Bosco, 2010 Tigers. It's basically you have Verlander, you have Scherzer, you have Porcello, all win the Cy Young, all win rings. But the early years, it's like if they just, went their own ways after that. Obviously, the Tigers figured it out, but, we were just three guys who were completely lost and somehow all got rings. And, hey, back at you, buddy. Last year after you guys won, I said, me and Eddie came up and said, Bosco, how do we never figure this out on our own?
Yeah,
so we've got our ring. And you and Kirk were the first to congratulate us, too. And I do appreciate it. You guys, class act.
Yeah, no. It was, listen, you guys played unbelievable. You were a force through the entire year. You look at, it's the most dominant champion in all of Dozen history. You didn't lose the crown once. You went basically wire to wire. Unbelievable. The niche, the stuff, going for a movie in the niche is very funny because you can only ask a certain amount of questions. I think that's smart. I think Dave kind of stays out of the way. Shout out to Dave too. He keeps me. I think I'm ranked ahead of him. The only guy who I'm ahead of in the dozen. But yeah, you and Eddie really turned it on. I think a knowledge of fantasy sports helps you. But it was a great night, and I was happy to see you guys win.
No, I appreciate it, and shout out to our guy Eddie. He just blossomed into an MVP. I don't think we even saw that coming out of that. We always knew he was a good player, but the kind of performance he had this year, setting records, highest scores ever, game per game, all that kind of stuff. So appreciate all the well wishes. And I got to ask you, since I think we're safe for this rumors of the redraft, I don't know what exactly is happening. You would be potentially out there in the pool. Would you want to be a captain, or would you want to kind of be, drafted onto a team and have less control? You may have someone who wants you for you.
I just want to contribute a couple of points. I want to be a 3 and D guy. I just want to contribute. I do not want to be a captain. There's a lot of pressure with those captainships. Just put me on a team where I can get a couple of points, have some fun again, and just contribute here and there. Because I'm holding Kirk back. And in all fairness, I wanted to go out as a champion. Jeff D. Lowe, is against concussion protocol. He put me out there. My bell was getting wrong left and right. I wanted to go out as a champion. So he wouldn't let me do that. I knew I had kind of gassed out and maxed out, and he wouldn't let me do it. So that's on Jeff.
Yeah, he's the commissioner. A lot of people say doesn't rig. I guess they think that he was trying to rig it against us and make ZD lose. But, we overcame him and all the other obstacles that came along our way this season. Very tough year. Appreciate Bosco. Best of luck along the way. And, we'll have ourselves a little champions meeting in the offseason here, sip some champagne and just reminisce about the good old days.
Yes, it's a good club to be a part of. Listen, as much as he says things are rigged or it's rigged in certain ways, those matches in the playoffs were, aside from, the ones where we got blown out and different things like that, the Final Four was separated into overtime. The first game almost went into overtime. Second game almost goes into overtime. It was unbelievable in terms of the closeness of those matches. So give Jeff a lot of credit with that too.
Yeah, definitely. We stole some doubles. We did a lot of stealing this year. So for the easy ZD questions, we did a lot of stealing. Also, healthy debate. Tie at 61 for the guests to, go to the finals. Best moment in Dozen history. I think craziest moment that has ever happened was right
Unbelievable. There. Yep. I put that right up there. It's one of the best moments of all time. So appreciate it, Clem.
Clem, I got a snack-related question for you. I want to get your thoughts on something.
Hit me.
So recently, on my way to the subway, I've been stopping at the bodega, and sometimes I'll get a chocolate milk or something, a Nesquik. And recently, I've seen these collabs, Nesquik and Eggo. There was a waffle milk collab, and it tastes almost like the end of Waffle Crisp cereal, but it's a little thick for my taste, but it had an interesting flavor. I was wondering if you've seen those, dabbled in any of them. There's also a super double chocolate chunk. I don't know if you've seen the Nesquik collabs, but I wanted to know your thoughts.
No, I have not. And to be honest with you, this is kind of like an eye-opening thing just for personally as a snack guy, and then also as obviously a competitor in the Dozen. I have to have my head on a swivel because those questions might come up. We had a Domino's question asked during it about the Brooklyn Slice. I'm slipping. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna have to try it just for research purposes. Obviously, anytime Eggo puts their name on a known product, you have my attention. They had the Eggo Pop-Tarts a couple years ago, and I said it was like Haiti joining the Warriors. Pop-Tarts has been the monster in the field forever, and Eggo kind of ran their thing in the frozen pastry section, or whatever you want to call it, frozen waffles. So throwing with Nesquik, that bunny, he can make magic happen. Throw some Eggo in there, I'm in. And Waffle Crisp, if you've had Waffle Crisp, you just get that glistening in your eye thinking about it. Pure magic. I still don't know how they make that cereal taste so much like waffle.
If you went Waffle Crisp
Clem,
milk,
you have to go.
Crisp? Crazy.
Clem, do you have to go to the grocery store for research, an hour a night?
Oh, yeah. Me and Eddie, we did research right before the Final Four. We did some research, and usually this is a little trade secret for you, Bosco. I know you were on them with me a couple of times. Before Dog walked your ass for the snacks, I just go up and down the aisle. You can only do so much research online. You have to get your hand in the dirt sometimes to really
you got to see. You got to see Miss Vicky's. You got to look at logos. You got to look at brands. I think you just got to spend the time.
God's honest truth, me and Eddie went out that day. I looked at those Voodoo chips, and I didn't look at the Zapp's brand, but I saw Voodoo, and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember Carl drafted those once upon a time. That should have cost us because I didn't look at the brand name. That was a slip-up, but my teammates had my back, luckily. But, yeah, that's a true thing, man.
Yeah. I remember that from a snake draft. The snake drafts, listening back to snake drafts or looking at snake draft graphics, that can help you as well. There's a lot of different – we say you can't study for the Dozen, but you can study a little bit,
If you look back at some of the drafts, you know what we call that? That's unhealthy debate. The things we used to talk about on there.
Yes. So appreciate it, Clem. Congrats, champion.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Phil, you got any more?
Yeah, we got a couple coming through now.
All right, perfect.
Derek from the chat, you're on. How's the debate? What you want to talk
Yo, Rico, what's going on, Rico?
What's up, Derek?
What's
You always
going
got
on,
good
fellas?
summertime stuff. What do you got?
Well, I no summertime stuff, but something to think about in the off season. So summertime kind of related. Healthy debate. What do you think about getting a Healthy Debate dozen team together? I tweeted it out after the dozen, and it came to me. You guys with the emblem, it would look really good. And I know you said you didn't want to run Skip, but like you, Jet Ski Dukes, I think you guys could do some damage, man. What do you think about putting the team together? What do the fellas think about putting the team together?
I think Phil can be really good in baseball. I think Phil can be really good in the NFL. I think Jetski fills in on music. I wonder if
he's
Jetski.
pop. He should get some pop.
I'm good with pop culture and music. I'm good. My one show in the dozen, I filled in for someone on KFC's like early team, and I ate an edible before, and I just did not get a single question correct because of the substances. So I would love to be able to right my wrongs.
I was better.
I also don't hate if we had a team where getting like 4 points was an accomplishment. Like it is what it is. We're just the bad team. Like, you know what I mean? So like that's it. We're the bad team.
I'm pretty good at trivia.
Geography, man.
I'm good at geography.
Yeah, I think they should handicap us and let us have 4 of us instead of 3.
I'm with that. Or me and Phil can wear like some type of Siamese suit where we're
Phil
like
would be
person.
so bad at trivia, except for baseball.
The only thing I know is baseball and like video games.
You don't know the NFL?
No, he doesn't.
I know NFL.
He knows he hates Daniel Jones. Phil, tell me because me and Phil, I actually asked him about it one time. He's only thinks how many movies have you seen in the past 10 years?
10 years? Probably like 8, 9.
God. Is that not remarkable?
Yeah, but they would scale the movies back like our genre would scale to more recent movies. I feel like.
They did ask us about like Finding Nemo and Toy Story and Shrek.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an idea, Derek. I'm not opposed to it.
Like, look. All right, let's test Meek Phil real quick. Like, all right, like this would be a question I think Jeff Gilo might throw out there, right? Like an easy one, right? He might be like, in the Matrix, does Neo take the blue pill or the red pill?
He took the blue pill, right?
No. He's like, which one are you going to take, the blue pill or the red pill? And he takes one of them, but which specific color was it?
Blue, right? I don't know. I don't watch it. So.
I don't know. I saw the Matrix one time.
It was red. It was red.
See, I didn't watch it. I don't know. Like, it was a 50-50 guess. Like.
All right. Well, something to think
blue
about.
Pill, right?
Something to think about. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
All right. Load him through, Phil.
Let me screen this guy. The debate, what you want to talk about?
Here's the live screening process.
What's your name? Chris, you're on.
Rico.
What's up?
Take the fucking sling off, retard.
Thanks, buddy.
Yo, Rico.
Anything else?
I dropped him. I mean, that was a rude entrance.
Yeah, that was rude. That was not nice.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, Phil, what do we make of Edwin Diaz and the 10-game suspension?
I mean,
because I don't want to root for cheaters, but it seems like they're grasping a little bit here.
I think I talked about on Pick Central the MLB like umpire like process with sticky stuff. It basically allows the umpires to be like judge, jury, executioner. They say his hand is too sticky. Well, it could be sticky if he's using a legal substance, but there's too much of a legal substance that makes it illegal. So then it doesn't make sense then. So what can you use?
Yeah.
They don't tell you how sticky's too sticky.
He said he's been using the same stuff all year. Yeah. It's tough.
And then it's like there's no like real appeal process. It's like if the umpire feels like you're too sticky, then you get a 10-game paid vacation.
Yeah. It's brutal. But listen,
did you keep that same energy for like Garrett Cole?
Garrett Cole's never been suspended for this.
You got another call?
No, we're dry right now.
So I'll say that as in terms of final words, if that's what we're looking at. The Mets are.
We're winning. What? We're 13-6 this month.
Yeah, the Mets are back to being enjoyable. We're back to having a summer. I still don't like the makeup of the team, but Lindor's playing his ass off. Alonso's back to being a leader. Martinez is hitting the shit out of the ball. Like they're back to being. At least we're getting a summer out of it.
Yeah, it's fun.
We're fighting for a wild card. We're not going to fight for the division, which is always scary because if you can only make the wild card, like how dangerous are you?
Well, Bosco, the last two teams to make the World Series in the NL were wild card teams.
Agreed, but you can only. What I'm saying is you can't win the division. You can only get in at the wild card. That's
that's
what's
fine.
scary. There's no way we even make a run at the division. That's scary.
That's
but
fine.
If Cohen's got any balls, he makes a move.
Okay.
I think now is the time to again, he doesn't have to break the bank. He doesn't have to go for a massive guy, but he's got to go get guys on bad teams that can help us.
But no one's really willing to make a move in late June. This isn't like baseball like 5 years ago. The MLB drafts in the middle of July. So teams are more focused on the draft as opposed to like looking at other teams' prospects. And that's the way baseball is.
I mean, yeah, he's got to get in front of it. He should be in front of it. So, Dukes, what do you got?
Nothing.
What are you listening to?
I was just listening to the reports.
Oh.
You have someone in the chat saying that they tagged you, Dukes, in one of their buddies' songs on TikTok, The Good Husbands, and they want your review.
A song review?
Yeah, I guess you're the
song
music
review?
guy now.
All right, let's see. Should I play it live?
Let me check their Spotify real quick. Make sure they're not signed to a major label.
Yeah, we'll make sure we don't get canned.
Oh shit, it's 50 Cent.
I have a caller.
Phil, prediction for tonight.
We got a caller.
Pete, you're on.
Listen, Rico, first things first, kind of a two-parter here. How much do you get for every bet that you go against Scotty Scheffler on the day Portnoy wins? And secondly, why do you keep betting against this guy?
I'm doing him a favor. I think I'm doing him a favor.
You are. You got to stop at this point. Start betting on him.
Not when he's minus 450, my man.
It's free money. Free money, man. Guy doesn't lose.
He really is remarkable. Those protesters yesterday was something else, too. Like, they fucked up the green. They changed the green. Like, what do they think they're going to accomplish? I know you can – listen, everyone's entitled to have their opinions, but what do they really think is going to happen out of that? People at a golf tournament
You go to an event like that with a bunch of college guys and a grown adult men, and you try to protest oil, you're going to get kicked in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares. It's not nobody wins in that situation. So brutal. But yeah, Scheffler, I should be getting 10%. I'm interested to hear the rundown tonight. If he mentions it again, I grab Finau. As soon as I grab Finau, he hits it in the water. So I'm doing Dave a favor. I did Hank a favor. I'm doing everybody a favor with my bets.
Man of favors. Keep it up.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Scotty
All right, take it easy.
Scotty's playing out of his mind. Morikawa is playing out of his mind as well. It'd be really
Not
nice
enough
to see
to win
him
the big one.
The British. But Scotty is out of control. He's out of control. He's so good.
Yeah. All right, take it easy, Rico.
All right. Phil, final predictions for tonight, Game 7.
Game 7?
Yeah.
I think you see a video of Nicky Smokes after the game where the Oilers win, and he regrets being in the building for Game 7, and then he gets told he has to go to the parade. That's my prediction.
I'm going to say 3-2 Oilers.
I mean, can you give a more detailed description?
Not really. 3-2, though.
Okay.
I'm going Connor McDavid, 2 points. Conn Smythe, Edmonton, 2-1.
Okay. Jetski?
I'll just tail Rico. I wasn't really paying attention. What'd you say? Oilers 2-1?
Oilers 3-2.
Oilers
That's where we're
3-2.
going. Perfect. All right, we'll catch you on Wednesday. That is Healthy Debate. Go check out DraftKings, check out Sunday Crew, and check you on Wednesday.